allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Actually, before we get the meeting really going here, I wanted to give you a gift from all of us. I know it hasn't been an easy 2 years, and I know that I have not added to any of that ease. But we, honestly, Frank, it was, you ran for the right reasons, and so you've raved about this restaurant, Pine Plains. So that's a gift certificate for you from all of us.
Thank you very much. I was hoping that we were going to have a full house.
There's more.
Oh, there's more.
more?
There's more. There's more.
You got a commemorative hat, Pleasant Valley. And I believe we have a keychain coming.
A keychain? I thought you were going to give me the key to the town.
That's all right. We'll have Gary give that up. We'll take that.
Okay, before we get going, I was hoping we'd have a full house here tonight for my last meeting, but I guess
This is better.
this is better. It's like the old times when I was here 10 years ago. We had 3 people, you know. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for being what you are. Number one, my grandson had it nailed down. He said, "Grandpa, you didn't pick good times to serve." In 2008, you had the Great Recession. In 2020, you had the pandemic. But you can't pick and choose. You got to play what you're dealt with, and I think we did fairly well. I'd like to thank Mary Beth, Jennifer, the town board, everyone in the building that works diligently every day. I'd especially like to thank my bookkeeper, who's done a Herculean effort. We started out with no transition. We had to work to try to get the first payroll out. That was an adventure in itself. And I'm glad, John, that you're keeping her on, because she is an asset to this town. She works 70 hours a week, and she's done a tremendous job, and she's done it. We've had how many account clerks in the last year? Starting with Tony, we had, I think, 4 so far, and we're without an account clerk now. So Melanie's had to bear the burden for all of that. So it's been a pleasure to serve the town of Pleasant Valley residents, and I look forward to my retirement, even though I'm not going to be retired, but I look forward to taking it easy, and it's been a unique experience here, and but for the most part, it was a good experience. So again, I'd like to thank you for the gifts, and wish you all the best in the next year. Okay, with that, let's start out with the oral reports. Town clerk.
Okay, good evening. So my report goes from November 17th, 2021 to December 14th, 2021. Dog license renewals, we had 27, 4 marriage licenses, 11 marriage transcripts, 20 death transcripts, hunting and fishing licenses were 11. Total monies to the supervisor was $787.85. Total monies to New York State was $1,172.15. The refuse station for the month of November took in $5,680. We had 1 return check, and we did wind up collecting on that check. That was $25. So right now, there's no outstanding return checks. Total collected for the compactor for the entire year was $60,456. Handicap renewal tags were 24. Since my last report, Building, Planning, Zoning, and my office had four FOIL requests, and 1 is still pending. I'd just like to give a huge shout out to everyone who donated to the Helping Tree this year. We collected the most donations this year ever since the program started several years ago. 3 families in need from Pleasant Valley will benefit from the generosity. And I'd like to say thank you to the Pleasant Valley Fire Department once again for donating the Christmas trees. Shout out to my staff, Jennifer Adams and Kathy Miller, for the amazing job you guys do every day. I am truly blessed with a great staff. Thank you.
Thank you, Mary Beth.
Don, you?
Well, hello, everybody. If I haven't had an opportunity, and the people in the room, I just would wish everybody a happy and healthy holiday season, as well as a prosperous new year. Jumping back onto the remarks that Supervisor Szynski made. Again, Frank, best wishes in your future endeavors. Navigating the last 2 years with the pandemic and everything, I'm sure was quite a challenge. And again, best wishes to you in the future. With regards to happenings from the legislature, yesterday, or actually on Monday, we adopted the tax levies. It was our final meeting of the year. Going back to the adopted budget, which was adopted earlier in the month, I believe on December 4th. Some of the items of interest to speak to on that: the legislature made many amendments to the county executive budgets. One was a $1 million increase to the Department of Planning and Development's Agency Partnership Grant Program. That's for not-for-profits for their infrastructure projects. A $2 million increase to the Planning and Development Municipal Investment Grant Program, including additional grant opportunities for community projects as well as for fire districts, which is, I think, is a very important amendment. I co-sponsored it. I know that our fire districts throughout the county need that additional financial assistance, and the county is going to be able to do that. Those programs have not been fully developed yet. I plan to have that update early next year once planning and development creates the application process and the criterion. We also increased $500,000 to the very popular many agencies and service groups received items from the Learn, Play, and Create grant program for sports, libraries, and the arts. We increased the Department of Community and Family Services Youth Service Division by $500,000, focus on youth violence in schools. A $50,000 increase to the Department of Community and Family Services for a new community grant, competitive grant program to assist destinations with improving access and experience for those with special needs. A $50,000 increase to the Division of Veteran Services to expand the HERO program for housing, employment, and events for Dutchess County veterans, as well as an $88,000 increase to the Department of Behavioral Community Health to add 2 recovery coaches. So again, there was a significant tax levy reduction. We'll all see that in our bills in first quarter of 2022. And with that, I look forward to working with the incoming board and the board members to do what's best for Pleasant Valley and assist in any way I can from the county level. So again, good fortune, good luck to you, Frank, and good luck to everybody else. And we'll see you down the road.
Thanks, Don.
Thank you.
Okay, Festival of Lights update.
Good evening. I want to thank the board, the town board, and the public for the opportunity to discuss our recreation programs tonight. I'll start with the PV Junior Board. Councilwoman Aldrich, my assistant director Danielle Salzowitz, and myself continued to meet each week with this group of young boys and girls. They finished the construction of the Letters to Santa mailbox, which has been in the town hall foyer for our youngsters to deliver their letters for Santa. These letters will be individually answered as they have been in the past. I want to thank Rich Chapman for his many hours of dedication and leadership with these energetic teens in constructing the mailbox. His invaluable involvement in this project included tool usage, tool safety, and of course his famous motto, measure twice, cut once, and the design of the mailbox. They helped us stuff the Santa gift bags that were distributed the night of the Festival of Lights parade, and also assisted in the placement of the holiday blow-ups in our Katie Field Winter Wonderland. And the blow-ups don't look too good tonight. Their next activity is Automotive Maintenance with Aldrich's Auto, where they will learn basic car maintenance. Registration is required by visiting the pvrec.com website. PV basketball. I've been working cooperatively with Arlington Central School District on a solution that will benefit the children of our community. Unfortunately, with the rising COVID cases, we are still unable to use the school gyms. I will contact Arlington after the first of the year for the status of the use of the gyms, so please check our website and our Facebook page for updates. Our senior citizen program, as you know, Lisa Aravena is our senior citizen coordinator, and she's been doing a great job with introducing new activities and trips in the short time since the start of the drop-in mid-July. We now have senior exercise provided by LaGrange Recreation Director, which is Courtney Carroll. This will start up again next year. We just had their Thanksgiving luncheon donated by Madison's Pizza Cafe and Catering with live music from the Harvest Duo. Their Christmas luncheon including live music, is scheduled for this Friday. So all are invited to attend the drop-in at 10 a.m. and the luncheon at 12 noon. PV Festival of Lights Parade. Our Festival of Lights Parade was a huge success. It was Saturday, December 4th, with our parade lineup at 5:45 and parade start at 6:45. It was great to see the community out in full force, helping to make this a memorable night, enjoying themselves as they watched their neighbors and friends participating in the parade. The participants' lightheartedness and creativity was reflected in the diversity of their floats. Approximately 60 parade floats, vehicles, and 8 fire departments displayed their finery as they journeyed from North Avenue to Quaker Hill Road to Main Street and ended at the town hall. The Katie Field parking lot hosted the joyful gathering of the spectators and the children's gleeful expectations of their visit with Santa and Mrs. Claus. Many were also delighted with the unexpected visit of the Grinch and Cindy Lou Who. It should also be noted that this was the first year we had judging of the floats. The honorable judges were Supervisor Frank Szynski, Fire Commissioner Ginny Johnson, and Uncle Mike from WRWD Country Radio, and Tina Hansen. The awards were a personalized creation of Scout Troop 3055, which is Rory Blackwell, he's the Scoutmaster, and Troop 10112, the Cadet Girls, which is Dana Newsom as the Scoutmaster. The winners for the most creative floats was Daily Sanitation and Hudson Valley Animal Rescue. The winner for the most lights was the Town of LaGrange Highway Department, and they're vowing to take both awards next year.
We're going to have competition.
Yeah. Our guest celebrity, Santa Claus, along with Mrs. Claus's debut, were escorted in a carriage pulled by 2 horses, compliments of Don Veet and Brian Lynch of Lynch Farms, Goshen, Connecticut. Music from FM 94.3 The Wolf filled the air, and they led the countdown as Santa walked to his place of honor. Kelly Muir read, "'Twas the night before Christmas after the children visited with Santa, and goodie bags were received by all who attended." Many thanks to all our volunteers and especially the Festival of Lights Committee members that pulled this off in under 3 months. Imagine if we had more time. Last but not least, our thanks to Lieutenant Sean Castano, Dutchess County Sheriff's Office, for his time, guidance, and coordination with the New York State Police and Pleasant Valley Fire District's Fire Police. Their invaluable assistance with the parade lineup and spectator safety was appreciated. Katie Field will continue to display our Winter Wonderland until the first of the year. Many thanks to Jason Velez for his hard work in helping to set this up. The next topic is soccer, and our soccer director, Tracy Santiago, will provide a wrap-up of this year's season and a preview of what's coming up. And I do want to thank my assistant, Danielle Salzowitz, who isn't here tonight, but it's her son's birthday. Thank you.
Thanks, Sandra. Evening. Hey. So with our last games being played at the very end of November due to very favorable weather, I'm pleased to announce that our 2021 fall soccer season is officially closed and a resounding success. We had just shy of 300 children participating in our fall 2021 soccer season. Many of them are already registered for the spring 2022 soccer season. I'd like to take a moment to let people know that if a player registered only for fall and would like to join us for the spring, we should expect registration to open towards the end of January or even the beginning of February. It is not too late. Updates and programming can always be found at the town recreation site, www.pvrec.com, or even on our Pleasant Valley Recreation Facebook page. If you're interested in volunteering in any capacity, it's not just coaching with Pleasant Valley Rec Soccer, my email address is tracysantiago.pvrec@gmail.com. It is also found on the recreation website. Speaking of volunteers, our soccer season is only as successful as the community members that come out to volunteer and dedicate their time. I am so privileged to work with parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, and community members that just want to participate in our soccer program and share their time in giving these kids a great team sport experience. Soccer is so much more than kicking the ball around and scoring goals. I'd like to thank the following individuals who always show up for the children in this community. Our fall 2021 coaches are Dan Bush, Phil Turner, Jocelyn Hernandez, Heather Adkins, Evan Kelsey, Jody Lubbers, Jason Wirtz, Tim McCormick, Paul Bacharaprapun, Frank Cabrera, Ari Golem, Sarah Eiler, Nancy Dixon, Kristen Gilbert, Lauren Hover, Heather Hoos, John Maestri, Sandra Klein, Mark Mendez, Reza Ibrahimi, Tammy Izzo, Kyle Crawford, Anthony Howlett, Morgan Deegan, Beyond Piscoda, Nate Hoffman, Stephanie Daly, Preston Kellner, John Bauer, Ed Fenichel, Amy Jack, Eric Butt, Brian Berry, Ray Newsome, Frank Mazzella, Kevin Valancourt, Tim Comerford, Jerome Richards, Lisa Aravena, Christine Jensen, and Jose Cotto. And I am 99.9% sure that I have forgotten at least one name, and I'll figure out who that person is and apologize to them officially. There are also countless individuals who helped coaches wrangle children and make sure players had water bottles and rides to practice, and even stepped up to ref a game here and there. I would also like to thank the busy parents and guardians who made sure that uniforms were found under beds, cleats were tied, and players were happy to be at soccer. I love our soccer family here so very much. I'm so very grateful for everyone who comes out here at Pleasant Valley for our soccer programming. Lastly, I need to thank the behind-the-scenes people. I would like to thank Tom, Matt, and Jason for maintaining the field grids throughout the season. I would like to thank Sandy Coe and Danielle Salowitz for their efforts in making sure players were registered and ready to go. As a program coordinator, I could not ask for better people to support me and go along with all of my crazy ideas. Thank you. I'm looking forward to this winter break, and I know that spring soccer is right around the corner. In no time at all, we will be back out at the fields. I wish everyone a healthy and safe winter. Happy holiday season. And I'll talk about all the stuff to come in January. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Have a good holiday.
Before we get into the agenda, I have Greg Bollner here to talk about the Helen Aldrich project. I invited him to come in because I know that Sandy is really worried about this. So we'll have Greg give us an update.
Thank you, Frank. Just Greg Bollner with CPL, and I was asked to come here tonight just to give an update to the town board with regards to extending the due date for the receipt of bids for the project we're looking at 12/29, is that correct? 12/29, so that we would receive bids on that date for consideration by the town board. And it's basically the same project. We just, contractors are busy. We couldn't get contractors to get bids in, but I have reached out to contractors to try to entice those who have shown interest in bidding, as well as reaching out to the building manufacturer for the precast building to reach out to any contacts that he has to encourage bids. So it's a tough time to get bids. It's a tough project to get bids for, but I'm doing what I can to try to get those bids out.
Thank you.
Greg, are you asking us to extend the bid process?
The bid due date to December 29th
Does
is.
that require a resolution?
I was told that it doesn't require a resolution because the original resolution did not specifically have a
Okay.
date.
Was there a pre-bid meeting?
Yes, there was a pre-bid
And
meeting.
how many people showed?
There was no shows. But I did have some contractors reach out and say they weren't going to be able to make it, and it wasn't a mandatory pre-bid.
Sure.
So, and it's the delivery of a precast building, so it's not a lot for a contractor to see, and it is a public park that's open to the public, so if a contractor does want to go by and look at it, they have that ability. So I'll get that information to the town clerk in the morning, and we'll get this put out and hopefully get some bids for the town so that they can be considered.
Thank you.
Sweet, thanks, Greg.
Have a good holiday.
Thank you, and everyone have a good holiday.
You too.
So basically, we don't have to do anything at all as far as authorizing to extend the bid.
That's my understanding, because, that was my understanding that came from the,
Yeah.
Sandy.
Okay.
So as far as it would be a different story if some bids came in. In that case, then you'd have to have a consideration as to what to do with the bids that came in. But in the case that no bids came in, in the initial resolution basically just said that, the CPL is authorized to go out for bids. So, until such time as you get bids to accept, that authorization would continue, unless you wish to change the scope of the project or anything like that. But, so long as nobody's put in any bids, you would just re-advertise with a new bid opening date. And, it's opened publicly by the town clerk at a, particular time noted in the bid documents. And, that if bids come in, then the town clerk would report, to the town board as to, what bids came in, and the town engineer would then review them to determine whether or not the bidder is a responsible party.
Okay.
Good night.
Thanks, Rick.
Open meeting.
I'll make a motion, open the meeting to the public for agenda items.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Anyone?
Hearing none, I move to close the meeting to the public for agenda items.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
This is a first. Why couldn't this happen?
Just to throw you off for your last meeting.
Like I said, our ratings are down.
Yeah, I'm a little hurt personally.
Maybe it's a present to me.
Well, I was gonna ask a question, because he wasn't on the agenda, so, but I'll wait till it's open to the public at the end.
Okay,
Done.
okay. Go ahead.
Okay, new business, refuse paper tickets change, and we have them right here.
Hi. Okay, so since our increase with the, our compactor tickets, our old tickets are really aren't working. We're $1 short on each ticket. Residents are complaining that they have to pay an extra $1 because this ticket only says 24 and it's $5 a bag. So what I'm asking is it okay for permission from the town board to change the tickets to say 25? So I have to add $1 to each ticket. It would be more convenient for the resident. Yes, it would be $1 more, but it would be more convenient on the card.
I understand it. I get it. We're trying to, I mean, it makes sense, and I've heard
So
people.
they go there with their card and they still owe $1?
Right.
Well,
Right,
so
so
$5 a bag, you're buying $24.
it's only, the card is only $24. So I just want to change the card January 1st to $25. They will pay $25, but it will be easier for them at $5 each. Right now, it's just that outstanding $1, and it's annoying to them.
Motion to approve. I mean, it's so silly.
What's the big deal? You know.
Motion to approve?
Yeah.
Okay.
And there was a second.
Not a second.
While we're at it though, Mary Beth, if we're changing the tickets anyway, since we also agreed that we were giving veterans the senior
Yep.
ticket, shouldn't the new ticket say senior/veteran?
Not a bad idea.
Yeah.
If you wanted to, yeah.
Especially since you could have a 25-year-old veteran coming up there with a ticket that says senior, and Tom Forget's gonna look at him and say, yeah, you really look like you're 60.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. I could put senior/veteran on there. Sure, that's no problem. Okay, thank you. Thank you.
We're gonna vote on it.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, the next one is Hyde Park Central School District. They're just asking permission.
No, you missed highway holiday.
Oh,
closures.
holiday? Okay.
Highway holiday closures. So for the refuse station, what's the?
Well, normally,
because the holiday falls on the weekend this year, the guys are going to work, all day Friday on both days, and we'll close Saturdays so that they can spend the holidays with their family.
So it'll be closed Christmas Day and New Year's.
So it'll be closed Christmas Day and New Year's Day, if that's okay with the board.
Motion to approve.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, thank you. Yep.
Somebody will put that on the website?
Yes, yeah, Mary Beth and I have already discussed it, yep. Thank you.
Okay, the Hyde Park Central School, they're just asking us if they can be the lead agency in the seeker process. I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
And there's three items, three choices we have. Consents, does not consent, and takes no position.
Well,
I would say no position.
Well, my 2 cents is yes, because I don't know what the capital project is. Like, we don't know anything
Yeah,
about
what
the
are they doing?
project. Right.
What is
Well-
the project? Why are we involved?
Yeah, I don't think
No, no.
you wouldn't be, you wouldn't be an involved agency. I don't believe,
Well, technically, we have residents that are Hyde Park School District.
Yeah, but that's not, an involved agency under seeker is somebody who would have to provide an approval in order to get the project done. So to the extent you don't know what the capital project is, I suspect that there's no approval authority by the board.
Oh, I got you.
So at best, you would be an interested agency for purposes of seeker, because you have residents in the town that reside in the school district. So you know, you're not gonna be lead agency because you're not an involved agency. So, you know, there's no point in not consenting, so whether you consent or whether you take no position, it's gonna be the same since you're not an involved agency. They're just, in essence, giving you a notice that the project is happening, but we don't know what the project is.
Right, that's why I was getting at, we take no position because we don't know what it is.
I think take no position is fine.
I think
'cause
that's
it's
what
not.
Yeah, because we don't know what it is. They
Right.
didn't tell us what the project is,
Well,
so.
they do.
Oh, I don't have all that.
No, because Jennifer thought it was about 30.
Oh, yeah,
You know,
Hold on, capital improvement act, obligation.
I read through it, it looks like they're doing a whole bunch of.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the roof, water tank, they're doing a new track, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Um,
I just didn't want to.
motion that we take no position in Hyde Park Central School District?
all in favor?
Aye. Okay,
That's that.
We have to sign each one of these, or you just?
no, we only need one, I think is the
You
rest.
just need one.
Only one,
Yeah.
and I'll send it over.
Sure.
Okay.
Now we're into the resolutions, right? Okay, Town Board Resolution number 1201, 2021, authorizing payment of abstract number 12 of 2021. Whereas the Town of Pleasant Valley Town Board has audited the bills presented by the town clerk and an abstract has been compiled, now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board authorize the Town Supervisor to pay all the claims as follows. Abstract 12 of 2021, General Fund claims, $69,235.24. Abstract 12 of 2021, Highway Fund claims, $27,646.25. Abstract number 12 of 2021, Ambulance, $13,420. Abstract number 12 of 2021, Prepaid General, $74,213.99. Abstract number 12, Prepaid Highway, $60,895.55. And Abstract 12, Hometown Hero, $200.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Resolution number 1202 of 2021, authorizing payment of abstract number 12P of 2021. Whereas the Town of Pleasant Valley Town Board has audited the bills presented for consultant escrow fees as specified by Town Code 82-15, 98-91 by the town clerk, and the abstract has been compiled, now for it be it resolved, the Town Board hereby authorized the Town Supervisor to pay all the claims as follows. Abstract 12 of 2021, Planning and Zoning, escrow invoices, $6,430.10. Abstract 12 of 2021, Planning and Zoning escrow account refunds, $10,812.50.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor? Aye. Town Board Resolution number 1203, 2021, amending the 2021 General Fund budget. Whereas the Town Board of the Town of Pleasant Valley has an expenditure and revenue for the 2021 adopted budget line items that will adjust the amounts in such budget line items, and whereas the bookkeeper finds it necessary to amend the 2021 adapted budget to meet these adjustments, resolved that the Town Board, Town of Pleasant Valley hereby authorizes, empowers, and directs the supervisor to amend the 2021 adopted budget as follows. Account number A, 2089-301, Hometown Heroes banners, increase, revenue, $5,600. A, 2089-300, adult senior programs, $3,002. A, 2025-55-000, building and alteration, increase revenue by $10,000. Account A, 2089-301, Hometown Heroes banners, increase expense $5,600. A, 2089-300, adult senior programs, trips, increase $3,002. A, 1320, 400 adult accounting, increase expense $10,000.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution number 1204, 2021, amending the 2021 general fund budget transfer of funds. Whereas the town board, Town of Pleasant Valley has an expenditure for the 2021 adopted budget line items that will exceed the amount available in such budget lines, and whereas the bookkeeper finds it necessary to amend the 2021 adopted budget to meet these expenses, whereas the Town of Pleasant Valley has funds available in other lines and needs to transfer such funds to provide for such expenditures, now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board of Town of Pleasant Valley hereby authorizes, empowers, and directs the supervisor to amend the 2021 adopted budget as follows. Account A, 8010 100, period 100. Zoning personnel, increase $2,260. A, 5010, period 100. Highway personnel, increase 10,000. A, 1401, period 100. Town clerk personnel, increase 6,000. A, 8160, 100. Refuse personnel, 3,100. DA 5130, period 484, tires, increase 7,000. Account A, 1620, period 200, equipment, decrease $21,360. DA 5110, period 477, sweeping and catch basing, decrease 7,000.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, resolution number 1205, 2021, amending the Town of Pleasant Valley Town Clerk's hours for tax collection for 2022. Whereas at the regular meeting of the regular town board meeting held on December 15th, the town clerk is desirous of amending the hours of operation to better facilitate tax collection in 2022. Now therefore be it resolved, the hours of operation from February 1, 2022 through February 28th, 2022 shall be Monday and Wednesday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., Tuesday and Thursday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Friday, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. And hours of operation from March 1st, 2022 through May 31st, 2022 shall be Monday, Thursday, move through Thursday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., Friday, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Resolved, the town clerk is authorized to file the hours of operation with the Dutchess County Real Property Tax Department and post as per New York State town law.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution number 1206, 2021, establishing rental rates for the use of the town equipment for the Highway Department for 2022. Whereas the Town of Pleasant Valley Highway Superintendent has recommended the establishment of rental agreement rates for use by the Town Highway Department for 2022. Now therefore be it resolved, the Town Board of Town of Pleasant Valley does hereby authorize the Highway Department to rent equipment on an as-need basis as set forth within the limitations and appropriations established in the 2022 adopted budget for equipment as itemized in the Highway Superintendent's memorandum and recommendation dated December 13, 2021.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution number 1207, 2021, awarding the bid for the 2022 highway materials and services. Whereas pursuant to motion on the floor of the Town of Pleasant Valley Public Hearing Workshop meeting on November 3rd, the town clerk was authorized to solicit bids for various supplies and services to be used by the Town of Pleasant Valley Highway Department in the calendar year 2022. whereas the responses to these bids were due on December 10th at 12 p.m., and whereas the Town of Pleasant Valley Highway Superintendent has duly recommended the award of bids that were received and opened on December 10th for the purchase of materials an on-needed basis, on an as-needed basis pursuant to the provisions of the highway law. Now therefore be it resolved, that the town highway superintendent is hereby authorized to purchase materials and services as needed by the highway department within the limits of appropriation set forth in the 2022 adopted budget from the approved vendors, as set forth in the highway superintendent's memorandum dated December 13th, annexed hereto, and incorporated herein by reference and/or from the New York State bid and/or the New York State county bid.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. These are materials, right?
Okay, resolution number 1208, 2021, authorizing Highway Law 284, agreement to spend town highway funds. Whereas the town board and the superintendent of highways are required by the highway law number 284 to enter into a written agreement stating the places and manner in which the highway funds appropriations for repairs and improvements are to be expended, and whereas in conjunction with the estimate submitted by the highway superintendent has submitted a proposed highway law section 284 agreement to spend the town highway funds, and whereas the highway superintendent has prepared an agreement to spend highway funds for the fiscal year commencing January 1st, 2022 for general repairs and primary work and permanent improvements subject to limitations set by New York State Capital Highway Improvement Program, CHIPS. Funding is now therefore be it resolved that the town board hereby approves said agreement to spend the highway funds. Therefore, the town supervisor and at least two of the town board members are authorized and directed to execute an agreement as required by law in substantially the same form as annexed hereto.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Now, this next one is what? The Complete Streets New York policy?
This is the 1210 renewing of Baroni's.
Oh, where the heck is that one?
Keep going.
Okay.
Oh, maybe we missed it, hold on.
Yeah, there's something.
Yeah, there's something in here, hold on.
Complete New York State.
Well, I don't know if there's a resolution in here, is there?
There is?
Oh, yeah. Oh.
It's the second one.
So,
We don't have to read all this.
hold on, hold on, here's my question. Do we know what this is? Did we talk about this at a workshop meeting?
No.
Do we know what this is?
I never heard of it before.
So basically what the Complete Streets programs are is that in planning and really also in highway improvement programs, the municipality looks at adding sidewalks, walking trails, improvement for bicycles. So in addition to, planning for car movements and parking, you look at the whole gamut of people and things that use the roads. It's really more of a planning tool, and, this is just a policy statement. At some point in the future, you would go in and probably amend your highway specifications to make it more in line with the Complete Streets program. So, there's, of it is that, on the second page, the town hereby recognizes the importance of creating complete streets through the planning, design, maintenance, operation, budgeting, and implementation of local highway and street projects. And then policy would be that the highway department and planning board shall consider incorporating complete street concepts, design features, and practices in the planning, design, budgeting, and implementation of the local highway, and sidewalk improvement projects undertaken by the town.
So I'm gonna stop you there. I'm gonna say that I don't think we've talked to the highway department or the superintendent or the planning board about this. I think we should motion.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, no. What I'm saying is we should motion the table just until we can talk to those people. And we can have, wait, you're gonna have to go to the microphone. But I'm sure you have done your piece to this, but this is the first time we're seeing it, Sandra, and I'm making a motion to table till next month.
I'm gonna second that
It
motion.
did go to everybody.
Yeah, I
It
agree.
did go to everybody. I didn't just send it to you now. I sent it for the
This is the
workshop
first time
meeting.
this,
I sent it for the workshop meeting. You know, if you read the memo I wrote you, the law applies to projects that are undertaken by New York State Department of Transportation,
I
which
understand.
local projects do receive federal and state funding, so it's not every road, obviously,
I know,
and it's just a
I
policy.
think you're thinking that we're saying no and we're not. I'm saying let's
The
wait till
thing
next.
was.
Sandra.
No, but Frank, let me just, one more thing. The thing was, I did send it to you on time. This is our last points before we press our button after you vote on this. So now you're putting us all back for a week over a policy that's not really a law or anything. And Rebecca did, I reviewed it with her.
So then I get it, but then I would argue to say if we're passing something that has no weight, then why are we passing something? So what I'm asking for is, John, have you looked at this? No. Okay, so being that it affects the highway superintendent, I make a motion that we table.
Fine. Fine.
We got a second too.
I'm gonna second the motion, and Sandra, let me tell you why. I really would like to look through this to make sure that we're not stepping into something that we have to do, that we may not be
I'd
able
like
to
to
do.
know why nobody looked at it when I sent it to you in November. That's what I don't understand. November 30th, I mean, December 1st, I know I sent it to everybody.
Well, I got it.
So I need to know the right thing to do then in the future. So we as a committee are on a time limit. I don't need to know how much time you guys need.
So why is this so necessary to get tonight?
Because it's the end of the year.
Because we need to press the button for our bronze. This gives us a nice buffer of 4 points extra.
Right, I do remember meeting that.
Which gives
So I
the
understand
points
why you don't wanna do
for
it
us
now.
getting grants and whatnot. This committee for the smart.
I
grant.
understand why you don't want to do it now, but I'm saying in the future, I'd like to know what you expect from us.
So
You know,
honestly.
I thought I gave you guys plenty of time.
So honestly, if you would give it to the town clerk, she would stamp it in, and anything that gets stamped in, Mary Beth, make sure we receive it. That would be the best way, because honestly, we'll get hard copies of it. I have no email from you about this at all. I'm searching my email now. I have nothing. So, Sandra, I apologize. I'm not trying to be a hard ass just to be a hard ass, but this is
No,
the
I
first
know.
time he's seeing it. This is the
Fine.
first time
I
we're
said
all seeing
fine.
it.
Fine.
So,
There was obviously a communication breakdown in here by both parties. And that's all I want you to admit to, and hopefully it will not happen in the future.
yeah, let's hope that doesn't happen in the future. I agree.
Yeah.
Okay. So the motion was made to table, correct? And second, right?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. First time I've seen it.
Okay. Resolution number 1210-2021, authorizing the renewal of the auto salvage yard license for 2022 for,
That's someone's cell phone. Someone's cell phone's vibrating.
Doggone. I
Sorry,
insulated it.
sorry, I thought it was feedback, but it's
No,
not.
it wasn't me.
Come on, Frank, you're almost there.
Sorry.
we used to have to read all these damn
You're at
things.
the finish line.
Well, is anybody missing a copy of this Barone application? Because somehow I got 3 of them.
Oh,
Oh, I got,
no, I got everything. I got
Okay.
everything I need.
Okay, authorizing the renewal of the auto salvage yard license for 2022 for 19 13, Route 44, Baroni Recycling Incorporated. Whereas there is a licensed auto salvage yard located at 1903 Route 44, and whereas pursuant to Chapter 62 of the Town Code, there are no new salvage yards permitted in the town. And whereas the auto salvage yard is subject to a license which is renewed on an annual basis, and whereas the zoning administrator has duly reviewed the application dated December 3rd, 2021, which was referred to at office by town clerk for a period of January 1st, 2022 to December 31st, 2022, pursuant to Chapter 62 of the Town Code, and has recommended that the license be renewed by memorandum dated December 8th, 2021. Now therefore be it resolved, the Town Board of the Town of Pleasant Valley hereby concurs with the recommendation of the zoning administrator that the license should be renewed for an additional year to expire on December 31st, 2022. And further be it resolved that the annual license for 2022 shall be subject to conditions set forth in the zoning administrator's memo dated December 8th, 2021. And they must adhere to their site plan. Therefore, be it resolved that upon payment of all applicable fees, the town clerk is hereby authorized to issue such license for 2022, subject to conditions set forth herein.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor? Aye.
I'd like to suggest something. We may have to have a quick meeting before the end of the year.
Well, we might have to have a meeting to actually just, I was talking to you about this. You had mentioned that we may have to have a special meeting just to pay the bills, really, before the year's over. At that point, do you want to,
I would like to.
Do this then, before the end of the year?
I would like to try to see, yeah, because.
I have no
I'll tell
problem
you
getting it
what,
done before the end of the year. I
The
just,
committee works really hard.
I'm not saying they don't.
And, no, I'm just.
Oh,
I'm just
sorry,
making
sorry,
a statement.
sorry.
They work really hard, and they need this to be able to get their bronze. And but when I tell you that the bronze is a big deal, when you do things like this, you get like 2 points for certain things. This happens to be 4 points. It's called PE6 action. It really, you have to get like a whole lot of points in order to get to bronze. And it will help us tremendously with the new building and
Oh,
whatnot.
I'm sure. So, John, do you have a copy? Do you need a copy?
Yes, I have a copy.
Okay, good, okay. So, yeah, I have no problem passing before the year's over to get them points. I
Yeah, I
get it,
got no
and I'm
problem.
sure that we'll,
My only question was, and I read it before, was, does this bind us to anything
That would be-
specific? Was my only question, what I was gonna ask you today.
So basically, what it says is that going forward, when you adopt new highway specifications, new zoning laws, that you'll take that into account. One of the things, though, that is a little bit unclear is in the context of what it means with respect to existing town highways, because it mentions budgeting. For purposes of adopting new highway specifications and things like that, that's really where most of this would come into play, where, someone comes in with a subdivision application before the planning board, and, you would amend the highway specifications to, in addition, include, just the typical roads and drainage, where you would have potentially a bike path where appropriate, or, handicapped access for pedestrians, things of that nature. It doesn't really bind you per se with respect to, existing highway improvements. There's other, programs out there under the ADA with respect to sidewalks, where you've got to put the handicap ramps on existing sidewalks. There's some of that's out there. So there's a number of different laws already on the books that kind of address some aspects of this. But this in and of itself is not, it's just a policy statement as to it's something that you're gonna, it's sort of like the Greenway Compact.
Right.
Same kind of idea, is that's the type of policy. It's more of a policy goal than any particular nitty-gritty, cross your i's and dot your t's type of thing.
Because we are handcuffed with some of the roads that we have here.
Exactly.
And that's one of the things, I didn't want to have something in play forcing us as a town board to do something on something we can't even touch. So that was the only question prior to you coming here. I did read it in November. My apologies, I didn't read it since November, but I had my notes, as that was the only thing I was gonna ask. And if that was okay with everyone else, I was good.
I think it's something that the highway superintendent should be comfortable with, because it really is, mostly within his bailiwick.
So did our highway superintendent get a copy?
Today he did.
Just now.
Okay.
So if we do this meeting, which I believe we have to do before the end of the year, I would just like everybody to read it.
Yeah.
So Sandra, let me ask once again.
I'll make it a point to read it.
And
What is your due date? I'm sorry I said that, 'cause
We have to,
Oh.
it's complicated. Somewhere in January, was any time then to review it, and we won't go till February.
So if we get it passed before
So
the
we
end of
get-
the year, we're still
if we
golden.
get it passed before December 31st.
we have time for your goal.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's a crunch time.
All right.
Right, okay.
So that's not a problem. That's not a problem.
And one thing I was like really upset about, like I said, I go through, I make you a whole packet, and I send it to that office, and I think it got to you, but, and I think it does get to you, but then nobody reads it. I mean, I kind of explain what I'm sending you, I just don't send you the resolution, I kind of give you, that's all.
Right, right.
I try to give you as much information as I possibly can, and you also know where I live, so you can always ask me. But I try and give you mine, I explain it in the memo that I put with the resolution, I just don't send you a resolution.
Well, yeah, anything that's in a resolution form, or just, you want to make sure all the
That's why I give
bases.
you the whole memo, and
Right.
I even included, things that you can go to, and see samples of other towns, and I gave you all that, and then I just say, come here, and everybody looks at me like, what is this document, where did it come from?
I remember reading it, I just haven't, you gave it November. November was a tough month for a lot of people. So, I put it aside, I totally forgot about it. But I had one question that I had to ask, and that was answered. So we have time, in conclusion, we have time to get back to it.
Yeah, except our coordinator, she's leaving, so we wanted to do it before she left, like little, that's all.
When's your coordinator leaving?
Our coordinator's leaving the 17th
Okay,
of this month.
of this month.
Oh, in 2 days.
Right. So you could tell your coordinator that this is going to be wrapped up before the end of the year. Is that safe?
No, I'm telling you, you do what you need to do, and we'll work with it.
All right.
That's all, it's just.
They really work very hard on this.
I can see that.
And I try and give you guys as much information as possible, I just don't throw something at you.
Right.
last minute.
But it would be good to have our highway superintendent take a good look at it.
That's on me, I did not say to send it to him, that was my fault.
All right, so there we go. We'll have it done before your coordinator. Will have good information, we'll have it finished before the end of the year.
Thank you, Sandra.
I'll make a motion to open the meeting to the public for new business.
Oh, let's pick a date. Let's pick a date.
Oh, I was gonna let him schedule it whenever he wants to get all the bills compiled.
Oh, right.
Yeah, let him
So
pick
we
the
put
date,
it
we'll
with
just
the
pass it
bills
back.
that need to be paid.
The special meeting notice will include that.
We need to put a date out for the next meeting, for our special meeting.
He can, well, once the bills are compiled, he can call that within
Oh,
48
okay.
hours. We
Yeah,
don't need
we
to do
don't-
that.
not
The
now.
supervisor can call the special meeting.
No. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. That way, we don't. All right, so I made a motion, open the meeting to the public for new business.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Bueller.
Anyone?
Hello.
Uh,
Very much, okay.
Wait, just turn it on. There's a button in front, there you go.
Hi, Mary Meyer, Clark Heights. I guess I can call this a year in review. I was up here in January, maybe, February, when you guys were voting to spend $14,000 for the engineer for the new town hall, for a report that I don't think was ever posted. And now we've managed to go through a whole year with no new update on that building. Actually, I'm just gonna read through I was sitting here, read through my list of things that maybe have or have not been accomplished this year.
So this is new business.
This is, yeah.
Well, yeah, but it's open to the public, so I
Well,
can
it's
say
open to the
anything.
public for new business.
For only new business. I can't
Correct.
touch on stuff that's not on
It's
on
only
here.
for new business.
Tracy Santiago, 166 Davis. Moving into the new year, I'd just like to ask the town board to reconsider the 3-minute time limit that we put on comments. I understand completely, as someone who regularly attends meetings, that comments and things can be said in abundant redundance. However, there have been many times where I find myself struggling to make my point in 3 minutes, maybe 4 minutes, maybe 3 minutes, 37 seconds is the magic time. Just, I'd ask you guys to reconsider, especially on important topics that mean a lot to the members of the community. 3 minutes is a blip. It hurts to make a point. So, thanks.
Anyone else?
Kind of new old business, but I just want to remind everybody that as of now, there's no parking on town streets until April 15th. Please keep your vehicles in your driveways if you can, so that, our highway crews can get out there and get the roads cleaned as safely and as quickly as possible, so everybody can go about their business when we get a storm. Thank you.
Thanks, John. Hearing none, I move to close the meeting to the public.
Second.
All in favor?
All right.
Aye. I make a motion, we go into executive session for 105.1 F,
Second.
with the addition of, Michael Rector?
Yes, and we also would like to bring in to the executive session Councilman-elect Reifenberg.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Everybody have a good holiday.
They're over here.
Yes.
That's your stuff?
Yeah. Motion to come out of executive session.
I'll second it, just note the time is,
I did,
okay, 10:20,
22.
10:22.
And now I make a motion to adjourn.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.